conversation with you.
Yeah, we will.
All right, if you're willing to have a conversation.
We'll have that conversation.
All right, stay.
Did not Jesus say,
Stay
I
calm.
forgive everybody?
No, he doesn't say
Yes,
that.
he does.
No, he doesn't. Jesus actually.
I forgive everybody.
No, you show me if you can show me a Bible verse where come on over here. If you can show me a Bible verse where Jesus said, I forgive everybody, I will pack up and go home and I will never preach out here again. That is my promise to you. You know what Jesus actually said? Come on over here. Settle down.
That is the whole fucking conversation.
Jesus actually said, broad is the road.
That is the one.
Jesus said, broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many go that way. But narrow is the path. Narrow is the path, and straight is the gate that leads to everlasting life.
Everybody is forgiven.
No, you show me that in the Bible, and I will pack up and I will never preach out here again. Come on, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Look, you got a crowd here. Prove me wrong. If that guy can show me a Bible verse, come on over here, sir. If that guy can show me a Bible verse that says that every single person is forgiven, that Jesus said everyone's forgiven, I will pack up, I will go home, I will give him my credit card and any money I have in my pocket, and I will never come out here and preach again. You know what Jesus actually said? Jesus actually tells us that most people will end up in hell, and that breaks my heart. That's one of the main reasons I come out here. See, Jesus said, broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many go that way. Narrow is the path, and straight is the gate that leads to everlasting life, and few there be that find it. Few. There's few that find it. Broad is that road that leads to destruction. That's what Jesus actually said. See, that's why we come out here. That's why I come out here. If everybody went to heaven, if every single person went to heaven, this would be the last thing I would be doing here on a Saturday night. If everyone went to heaven, if Jesus said, like that man said, Jesus said everyone's forgiven. If that were true, this would be the last thing I would be doing on a Saturday night. It would be the stupidest thing to do on a Saturday night if everyone was forgiven. But no, hell is currently full of people that Jesus loved. Hell is full of people who Jesus loved. It's not God's love that we need to worry about right now. It's His forgiveness. And Jesus' forgiveness is very conditional. Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. According to that guy, if everyone is saved, then every atheist, every Muslim, every Hindu, every Jehovah's Witness, everybody, no matter what, goes to heaven. That's not what the Bible says. One of the main points of the Bible is teaching you about hell and how to avoid it. Jesus himself tells us that most people go to hell. That's terrifying. I wish that weren't true, but Jesus said that broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many go that way. Narrow is the path, straight is the gate that leads to everlasting life, and few there be that find it. The fact that most people are on the broad road leading to destruction is one of the primary reasons why guys like me come out. It's also our responsibility as a Christian. If any of you claim to be a Christian, each and every one of you, if any of you out there claim to be a Christian, it is our responsibility, not necessarily to do it with a big banner and a microphone, but it is every Christian's command. It's the Great Commission to go into all the nations and preach the gospel to every creature. That's our requirement. Jesus told his disciples, what you have heard whispered in the ear, proclaim from the housetops. Jesus said, go into the highways and byways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my Father's house might be filled. There's highways and byways. There's some hedges. I'm trying to do the best I can. So who's ready? If you're a Christian, I hope you're sharing your faith with this lost and dying world. We may very well be the last generation before Messiah comes, the last generation before Jesus returns. Can you imagine? I mean, that's kind of terrifying, but it's also an amazing time in history. What's up? I didn't see what you're doing, dude. I didn't know if you're flipping me off or what? Are you flipping me? I couldn't see if you were flipping. Oh, my goodness. All right, so are you willing to admit that you were wrong?
No.
Did you find that Bible verse where Jesus said everyone goes to heaven? Everyone's saved? It doesn't exist. You won't find it.
Everybody is.
No, everybody's not going to heaven.
Here you go.
You wouldn't listen to what Jesus actually said. Sure, ask me.
Let me ask you this.
Sure, ask me.
Do you believe in extraterrestrials?
I do. I don't really have an opinion one way or another on that.
That there are people that exist outside our world.
I don't know. I have no opinion on that. Whether there are people on other planets. I don't know. I have no opinion on that. I don't have any opinion on whether or not there are other people. I bet you if there are
people that exist outside our world.
I'll bet you if there are people on other planets, they probably treated Jesus a lot better than we did. I'll bet if there are people on other planets and Jesus visited them, they probably treated him a lot better than we did.
You are not answering my question.
I don't have an opinion one way or another about whether or not there are people on other planets. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that.
I'm not talking about other planets. I'm talking about people that exist outside our world.
I don't know. There are people that are in heaven. I mean, the Bible talks about people that are in heaven, but whether or not there are people on other worlds or something, I don't know. But are you willing to admit that Jesus said that most people go to hell?
Do you believe in people that exist outside our world?
If you're talking about people in hell and people in heaven, then I would say yes. If you're talking about like E.T. and if you're talking about like Alf and E.T. and Mork from Ork, then I don't know. I don't have an opinion I can give you. I'm not out here to talk about extraterrestrials. No. I'm here to talk about Jesus Christ.
I am talking about extraterrestrials.
Okay, well, you may want to find another corner and go ahead and talk about extraterrestrials. Because we're talking about Jesus Christ at this corner.
We are talking about...
And Jesus Christ said, broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many go that way. But narrow is the path, and straight is the gate that leads to everlasting life, and few there be that find it. Are you willing to admit now that Jesus said most people end up in hell? Well, so you know better than God. So you know better than God.
You do not believe in people that exist outside this world.
I don't know what you mean by that. If you're are there people in hell right now? Yes. Are there people in paradise or Abraham's bosom or in what we call heaven?
No.
Then yes. Are there little green men? Are there men on Mars? That I don't know. I've never been there, so I can't watch. I don't want you to get hit by that. I don't want the wind to hit you.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, but would you like to talk about salvation?
You don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't come out here to talk about extraterrestrials.
No.
I know what I'm talking about when it comes to salvation and Jesus Christ in the Bible. But if you want me to talk about E.T. and Mork from Ork, or somebody from the Guardians of the Galaxy, no, I can't tell you. I can't tell you if there's life on other planets or anything. No. Do you want to talk about salvation? Do you want to talk about where you're headed?
Talk about salvation?
No. How much have you had to drink? How much have you had to drink tonight?
I really want to talk about salvation.
Okay. Are you willing to forsake your sin and get right with God? He could clean up your mouth. You're not right with God. You have a foul mouth. Jesus said, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Just because my English,
so if you have, the Bible says that men will have to give an account for every idle word. Men will have to give an account for every idle word. Jesus said, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. I'm all right. That's good. So if you have a sewer in your heart, you're going to have a potty for a mouth. So that's why. So Jesus said, see, if you have a potty, I'm good. Thank you, man. We'll talk to you soon. Looking forward to it, Joshua. So Jesus said, out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. So when you're dropping F-bombs and have a filthy mouth, that means there's something wrong with your heart. Jesus Christ could change your heart. No, Jesus Christ could clean up your heart, and that would clean up your mouth.
I'm not cleaning up my mouth. I'm not really saying anything wrong.
Yeah, well, you're dropping F-bombs and you're saying things that are completely unbiblical. You're yelling to the crowd things that are completely unbiblical. You'll be accountable. You know, if you want to believe something unbiblical, then that's fine. But don't be yelling at someone who's trying to tell people about salvation that everybody is saved.
Really, I ain't said nothing to you. You're over here judging people, and you're over here.
Yeah, we're commanded to judge.
Not God.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong for judging people?
Yes, you are.
That's a judgment.
Yes, you are.
That's a judgment. Now you're judging me. So is it okay to judge?
No, it's not.
Then why did you just judge me? You said I was wrong for judging people. That's a judgment.
You're wrong. Because that's what.
Then why is it okay for you to judge?
So what's it so fucking you?
Then why is it okay for you to judge and not me? See, no, actually, and also the Bible says that a spiritual man judgeth all things, but he himself is rightly judged of no man. I thought nobody goes to hell. You're telling me to burn in hell, but you had just said that nobody goes to hell. You can't even keep your own false doctrine straight. That guy's false doctrine is so bad he can't even keep his own false doctrine straight. He can't remember one false doctrine statement to the next. So who's ready?
That right there is you're not judging no one.
I never said I wasn't judging anyone. One,
Your sign is.
well, that's okay.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
I see you.
Am I wrong for judging people?
Yes.
That's a judgment. That's a judgment.
In the Bible.
You just said I'm wrong for judging people. That's a judgment. You're judging me, so it is okay to judge?
I don't have a big fucking sign up.
So you just do it with your mouth? So it's okay to judge. You're telling me to go F myself, right? Is that judgment? That sounds pretty judgmental. Hi, how you doing, young man? Honor your mother and father, young man. Obey your mom and dad. Obey your mom and dad. It's one of our commandments. Who's ready? Ready for salvation. That's what we want. See, God doesn't take pleasure in the destruction of the wicked, but that they would turn and live. Turn, for why should you die?